gunebhyah kartaram
yada drashtanupashyati gunebhyascha param veti madbhavam sodhigacchati nanyam gunebhyah kartaram yada drashtanupashyati gunebhyascha param veti madbhavam sodhigacchati. Okay, translation. When one properly sees that in all activities no other performer is at work than these modes of nature, and knows the Supreme Lord who is transcendental to all these modes, he attains my spiritual nature. I'm going to read the purport for this verse, and I'm also going to read the next verse, and then we'll discuss. Purport. One can transcend all the activities of the modes of material nature simply by understanding them properly, by learning from the proper souls. The real spiritual master is Krishna, and he is imparting this spiritual knowledge to Arjuna. Similarly, it is from those who are fully in Krishna consciousness that one has to learn this science of activities in terms of the modes of nature. Otherwise, one's life will be misdirected. By the instruction of a bona fide spiritual master, a living entity can know of his spiritual position, his material body, his senses, how he is entrapped, and how he is under the spell of the material modes of nature. He is helpless being in the grip of these modes. But when he can see his real position, then he can attain to the transcendental platform, having the scope for spiritual life. Actually, the living entity is not the performer of different activities. He is forced to act because he is situated in a particular type of body conducted by some particular mode of material nature. Unless one has the help of spiritual authority, he cannot understand in what position he is actually situated. With the association of a bona fide spiritual master, he can see his real position, and by such an understanding, he can become fixed in full Krishna consciousness. A man in Krishna consciousness is not controlled by the spell of the material modes of nature. It has already been stated in the 7th chapter that one who has surrendered to Krishna is relieved from the activities of material nature. For one who is able to see things as they are, the influence of material nature gradually ceases. Text 20. Please repeat. Gunanetanatityatreen Dehi deha samudbhavan Janma mrityu jara dukkhair Vimukto mritamashnute. Translation. When the embodied being is able to transcend these modes associated with the material body, he can become free from birth, death, old age, and their distresses, and can enjoy nectar even in this life. Purport. How one can stay in the transcendental position even in this body in full Krishna consciousness is explained in this verse. The Sanskrit word dehi means embodied. Although one is within this material body, by his advancement in spiritual knowledge, he can be free from the influence of the modes of nature. He can enjoy the happiness of spiritual life even in this body, because after leaving this body, he is certainly going to the spiritual sky. But even in this body, he can enjoy spiritual happiness. In other words, devotional service in Krishna consciousness is the sign of liberation from material entanglement, and this will be explained in the 18th chapter. When one is freed from the influence of the modes of material nature, he enters into devotional service. I'll chant a few prayers now. Om Agyanati Mirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utaf Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadhvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalitha Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So, today I chose this verse because it gives a very good understanding, especially text 20. I read the verse before that because it gives a little context to the text 20. That when the embodied being is able to transcend these modes of material nature associated with the material body, he can become free from birth, death, old age, and their distresses and enjoy nectar even in this life. So there are two things that are mentioned in this verse. One, that one becomes free from all miseries of life, all problems of life. And number two, one experiences nectar in this very life. I'll first give a bit of an analogy here, because this verse is connected to the previous verse. And what is it connected to? That one is able to transcend these modes when, according to the verse before that in text 19, when one properly sees that in all activities there is no other performer is at work than the material modes of nature and knows the Supreme Lord. Then he transcends the modes of material nature. When he transcends the modes of material nature, he becomes free from all misery and enjoys nectar in this life. So, have you all heard of? So there's when people seek relief from diseases, they approach medical science medical professionals, and they try to get some kind of treatment. Now, have you all heard of holistic forms of treatment? You've heard of, everybody's nodding their head. So, is it true that these are getting more popular with every passing day? Why do you think so? Medical science isn't more advanced than it's ever been. They can do all kinds of things now with all kinds of advanced machineries and scans and things like that. Why are these holistic forms of treatment becoming more popular? Why, when people, they go to these medical professionals, they find out a problem, and then instead of taking the medical solutions that are offered by modern medical science, they try to go and seek holistic care? Why are people, what is the benefit? What just from the understanding that the audience here has?
The body can heal itself.
The body can heal itself.
When they max out everything else, and then most of the time, then people, especially patients who are DNR, right? So they, especially when they say, the doctor says, well, you can't do anything else.
No, I'm not speaking of problems that one can't do anything about. There are explicit solutions that are found in modern science, but people prefer to go to holistic care instead.
More natural.
Why is it more natural? Meaning what? Yes.
Nature is God, and when we put nature in our bodies,
You put nature in your bodies. Okay. So there's no nasty side effect. That's a huge one. That's a huge motivation.
I believe it's also a rhythmic cycle. So we started with the holistic healing and we got away from it. We're starting to go back to it.
Okay, that's all fine, but why is it that holistic care is sometimes viewed as being in some ways more effective?
Because we're not.
So the body is made of all five tattva.
No, I want to give others also a chance. Yeah.
Because it's like addressing the root cause.
Okay, there you go. if you go to any of these holistic sciences or holistic care, they always talk about going to the root of the problem. And is it true that many of these holistic care, holistic treatments generally restrict diet? You heard of that? Now that's a very interesting thing that modern medical science doesn't generally recommend. You don't generally see that. You know, I remember when I was a kid in Houston. So sometimes you would get a temperature, you get a fever or something like this, and my mom would take me to the doctor, and the doctor would give some kind of pill or something, and then my mom would immediately ask, "So is there something that he should stop eating?" No. Well, maybe he shouldn't take ice cream? No, it's fine. What, cold water? No, it's fine. Now, you know, this is interesting because anybody who has a little bit of intelligence will know that if you have a fever, taking ice cream is perhaps the worst thing you can do. It's not going to help you. But modern science generally doesn't dictate that. I mean, I've had personal experience with doctors saying that you can eat whatever you like. But if you go to holistic care, they'll tell you straight up, if you're not following this diet, forget it. Forget it. I can do whatever you want. You can give me as much money as you want. Nothing's going to work. And so, therefore, in that sense, holistic care is also like a little difficult sometimes. Especially because there's diet restrictions and things like that. And guess what? The diet restriction is not the same for everyone. You may go to the doctor or to that specialist or the acupuncturist, whatever that may be, and they'll tell you one type of restriction for your body. And then another person will go and they'll tell them a completely different type of restriction. Where am I getting at? I'm getting at because you can't go and argue with that person. Aren't everybody equal? Why are you being racist? Why are you being sexist over here? You're a woman, you've got this type of a body, there's certain things, you're a man, your body is like this. You have to accept who you are. And you have to work from there to improve your body. Because it's not going to be a one-size-fits-all program. From this, we can also understand that traditional methods of healing, wherever you go, I mean, these are different, they're different. There's naturopathy, there's Chinese medicine, there's Ayurveda, there's all kinds of things. They all generally talk about identifying some kind of body type and addressing the root. And therefore, these cares, and generally you will see those people who have found benefit from these cares claim long-term benefit and long-term health advances that they otherwise feel, because from the perspective of these people who've been benefited by these holistic sciences, they would term modern medicine as nothing more than applying Band-Aid. That it's like applying Band-Aid, it lets you, those whatever pills or something you take, whatever jacks you up for some time and gets you going, but it doesn't really address the problem. It doesn't really address the root cause of the issue. So from this analogy, we can also understand how addressing the root is actually a long-term solution. And to address the root of any problem, we have to understand the nature of the problem. We have to understand the nature of things as they are. And it doesn't matter what we like that nature to be. But the science is, what is it? I would like my body to be like this, but I be like that. But you go to this holistic, they'll tell you, this is what your body is. Accepting it doesn't mean that you become conditioned by it, but by accepting that particular kind of body that we have, instead of trying to reject it or force it to be something else, you actually become liberated from the miseries that it does offer. And so that's the cure. That's how you find the cure to the problem. Now you may have to dance around it because that's what your body is. So your body is like that. You're going to have to work around it. But what's the ultimate thing? The ultimate thing is you become free from a particular type of misery. And that's the whole point, that if by trying to force ourselves to be or to develop an artificial idea of something that we adore actually makes us more miserable, then what's the point? What's the point? So, in Bhagavad Gita, the same philosophy, because we're talking about Shreyas and Preyas. There's the two words in Sanskrit that are used. There's something called Shreyas, which is long-term benefit, and Preyas, which is short-term benefit. So, short-term benefit is like taking a pill without addressing the root cause and just somehow putting a band-aid and going on with life. Because we are not willing to accept the lifestyle changes that we need to make in order to actually address the real problem. And because we don't want to take, because there's some austerity involved. But prayas is when one takes a little bit of a difficulty. Generally there is some difficulty that is accepted in order to achieve long-term benefit. And the only way to get Shreyas is to go to the root of things, is to understand the nature of things. And so in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains that when the embodied being, who we are, when one is properly able to see the modes of material nature, then, so there is a verse, you could pull up Isho 11, Ishopanishad, text 11. I'll have to read it from the screen myself. The verse is Vidyam cha yas tadvedo bhayam sakha avidyaya mrityu tirtva vidyaya mritam. Yeah. So, translation. Only one who can learn the process of nescience and that of transcendental knowledge side by side can transcend the influence of repeated birth and death and enjoy the full blessings of immortality. So that's the verse that we just saw right now. We saw that Krishna is saying when the embodied being is able to transcend these modes associated with the material body, he becomes free from birth, death, old age and their distresses and can enjoy nectar even in this life. So in Bhagavad Gita there is emphasis to understand what is the nature of this material world, who are we, what is the body that we have, what are the different kinds of conditioning that we have, how do these conditionings affect our consciousness, how do they inflict happiness and misery, the sense of happiness and misery upon us, and how we become entangled in this cycle. But by understanding this, it's not meant to become depressed. It's meant to transcend misery. Because when you understand the root of the problem, then you can work on the solution. And this is the difference between real religion and bogus religion. Bogus religion will tell you, come here, give us whatever, $1,500 or $1 million or whatever, here's a mantra, here is the mercy of God and you can be happy. And that's it. And people like this. People like that they come to religion, they come to God, they come to spirituality because they are interested not in changing their life, but that they're interested primarily in some kind of solution, like what we see, like people who like to take pills and not address the root of the issue. And these things are very popular because you don't have to say, just be who you are, come as you are. Okay, come as you are, but change. What's the point of life if you're not willing to transform? There is no restriction in coming. Yes, come as you are, but don't be as you are. Then what are you coming here for? What is the point? So people, unfortunately, this is what is called the religion of cheaters and the cheated. Because there are a group of people who just want to be validated. And they seek that validation in multiple ways. And they think that such validation is sufficient to get rid of their miseries. But it's not, because you're not addressing the root cause of the problems. You're not addressing the root cause, which are actually these dormant material desires which are within our heart. And these desires are there because of a lack of knowledge of who we actually are, what the purpose of life is. What is life meant to be? What are we supposed to be doing in life? What are we supposed to be doing in this world? Without understanding all of that, they think that power, prestige, name, money, and all these things are actually the goals of life. And that everything is meant to simply validate that. Without recognizing that actually all of these things are temporary. These are all temporary. They can't actually give us happiness. So without understanding these things, they get caught up in the transient pleasures of this life, and then there are religions that go around mesmerizing these people and validating them just to facilitate another side of the same kind of desires and the same kind of material enjoyments. These solve nobody's problems. They only make the problems of life worse and worse. And it is impossible for one to experience nectar, because people like to experience nectar without understanding what nectar is. They like to talk about immortality without understanding what immortality is. They like to talk about being spiritual or God without really understanding who God is or what being spiritual is. And without understanding these things, they don't actually understand who they are. They don't understand the nature of this material world. The nature of this material world is, and why is it important to understand this? Because we live in it. Every single day we are living in this material world. We are interacting in this material world. The word that's used over here is embodied. We are the embodied. We are spirit souls. We are embodied in this. And we have to understand what this body is. What are our different types of conditioning? Why do we have to understand that? To transcend it. And when we understand the Supreme Lord, then we enjoy nectar in this life. So it's a very wonderful verse, and as Srila Prabhupada explains in the purport to text 19, he says that one can transcend the activities of the modes of material nature by properly learning them from proper souls. So this is a very, very important point, that the process involves following in the footsteps and accepting a culture, a lifestyle of transformation that has been walked on by so many liberated souls in the past. The process that Krishna is asking us to adopt in Bhagavad Gita is not a speculative process. It is not something new. And why is this? Why is this important to understand? Because any person, in any circumstance, in any place, in any time, belonging to any gender, nationality, etc., can be benefited by this. And they have been benefited by this in the past. Therefore, it's a process that works. And the process, and so Prabhupada says here, by the instruction of a bona fide spiritual master, a living entity can know of his spiritual position, his material body, his senses, how he is entrapped, and how he is under the spell of the modes of material nature. So it can feel like we're helpless. As Prabhupada says here, he is helpless, being in the grips of these modes. But when he sees his real position, he can attain to the transcendental platform, having the scope for spiritual life. So, there is a way in which, and this is a topic of great philosophical discussion among many philosophers in the past, We are spirit souls. We're entrapped in this body made of the senses and the mind. But if the mind and senses are the cause of our bondage, how can the very mind and senses help us to liberate ourselves? If we're struggling with these mind and senses, and my entire interaction with this world is through these mind and senses, how can I become liberated from that? It's very simple. By taking shelter of the person who created the mind and senses. And that is God. That is Krishna. That we may not understand how to, for instance, if we have to reset this phone, I don't know how to reset it. Every time they release a new app, everything becomes every new update, everything becomes confusing. So it's like you don't understand. But if we follow the instructions of the person who manufactured it, then there is a way to do what we want to do. So we might not, because we don't understand the nature of the mind or the senses, we haven't understood how the mind and senses can be engaged. The word, there's a name of Krishna called Rishikesh. Rishikesh means one who is the master of the senses. So the process of Krishna consciousness is a very wonderful process. It says Rishi, what is that? Rishikeshanam Sevanam Bhakti Ruchate. That by employing the senses in the service of the master of the senses become subdued. The snake charmer, snake is a very, very scary creature. Anybody who sees a snake always goes, a freaky thing. The way it slithers around and this and that. It's always associated many times with evil and dark things and things like that, snakes. But for the snake charmer, he's not afraid of the snake because he knows how to charm the snake. He knows the snake's weakness. One who doesn't know what a snake is, such as a child, may not know how to tame the snake. But one who is in knowledge of what the snake is also knows the snake's weaknesses. So similarly, therefore, this verse says, Avidyaya mrityu tirtva. By learning the process of nescience, see this nescience, the mind and senses is what is controlling us. Right now, we are servants of the mind and senses. Although, the mind, when the soul leaves this body, the senses cannot function anymore. The body is dead. But right now, we many times find ourselves to be servants of the senses. The senses drag us. The eyes drag us, the nose drags us, the tongue drags us, and I don't know how to control. I know I'm not supposed to say something, but I say it anyways. And I get myself in a big mess. How many times have we had this experience? Don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. Said it. Okay, I'm screwed. It happens because the tongue is such a thing. We don't know how to, this. It sometimes wags out of control. And same thing with eating. I'm not supposed to eat this, but we eat it anyways. And we suffer. But if we understand, but we can see that when the soul leaves the body, tongue doesn't wag anymore. Tongue does nothing. That means who is the real master? The soul is the real master. We are actually, the senses have no ability to act if the soul was not there in the body. But yet, when the soul is within the body, he feels like the senses are his master. So, this is a topsy-turvy situation. But when we understand the nature of these senses and mind, and what is that? That when these senses and mind are engaged in the service of Krishna, this is called Krishna consciousness. This is the whole process of Krishna consciousness. Then they become tamed. Like an animal that has been tamed. There's a way in which each animal is tamed. These different animals are tamed in different ways. That's how they run zoos. Because they understand. can't go and tell a zookeeper that he's being racist or he's being sexist because he's not treating the tiger and the penguin the same way. He'll think you're a big fool. So, in many times we will find in these Vedic scriptures that different natures of different people are described. And according to some people who are trained in modern thought, they might think, man, this is so racist, it's like so like sexist, it's so like, no. Because the ultimate teaching of the Bhagavad Gita is that we are not these bodies. We are not male, female, white, black, tall, short, whatever we may want to call it. We are none of this. But we need to understand this so that we can engage ourselves, become situated. Because even in spiritual practice, therefore here, it said that by the instruction of a bona fide spiritual master, that, let me see here. With the association of a bona fide spiritual master, he can see his real position, and by such an understanding, he can become fixed in full Krishna consciousness. That real position means not just understanding the spirit soul, but understanding the body in which the spirit soul is in. And that means all the baggage that comes with it. And we all have different kinds of baggage. And by understanding that baggage, we can figure out how we can carry that baggage in the least difficult way in this life, as long as we've got this body. We've got this body, so there are certain things that are just there with the body. But the body can be engaged not just in Krishna's service, but even the way in which we live our life. There are specific recommendations for different kinds of people. And that is given by devotees, by association of devotees. Because those who are practicing Krishna consciousness and under the guidance of the spiritual master, they give that instruction. So, for instance, there's different ways in which different loads are carried. If you're carrying something liquid, there's a particular way in which you have to carry that. If you're carrying something solid, there's a way in which you carry it, transport it. If you're carrying something gaseous, then there's a particular way in which it has to be transported. The principle of transportation is to move an object from one place to another. But the way in which it's done is different. So we have different kinds of baggage. We need to understand that baggage. And we need to figure out how to... There's the story in Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur in his book Upakyane Upadesha. He gives many witty stories in order to give an instruction. And in order to explain to us this particular instruction, he says there was once a man who owned a donkey. And that person used to transport sugar, big sacks of sugar. And the donkey would have to cross a stream and go. So one time when this donkey was crossing, the donkey tripped and fell in the river. And so when it got up, how did he feel? Light. Why? Because a lot of the salt got dissolved in the river water. So then the donkey thought, oh, this is nice. I'm reducing my load. So then every time the donkey starts crossing the stream, he trips and he falls. And the load reduces every time. So his owner, his master, the master realizes, oh, this donkey is doing this every single time he's crossing the stream. So then one day, he changes the load. He puts huge sacks of cotton. So then the donkey thinks, wow, today's load is really light. So if I trip in the river, it's going to become so light that I'm going to feel like there's nothing on my back. He trips in the river and he gets up and it's like tens of times heavier than what it was. And he basically collapses under the weight. He learns his lesson. And well, the master forces him to walk in spite of that, just to teach the donkey a lesson. And so Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur would explain this, that if one doesn't understand the bag that one's carrying, the load one's carrying, one might, because one doesn't understand the nature of the load. This is how people act in today's world, especially when it comes to spirituality. They don't want to understand what is what. They don't have the patience to sit and listen. Just tell me if there is some mantra, if I can go and bathe in this river, if I can, wave some incense, or if I can ring some bells and some sound bowls and this and that, and I feel better. It's all about feelings. It's not about understanding anything. It's just about feelings. And, different churches and this and that, they're very expert at bringing out all these different feelings by having nice setups or concerts or whatever you may call it. And people feel good. But it doesn't solve the problem that's associated with material life, because they haven't understood how to get out of the cycle of birth, and they haven't even begun to understand that there is something called as a cycle of birth and death. They don't understand this, and the people who preach to them don't care about it either. It's a business transaction between the preacher, the preached, and their God. But actual God, Krishna, is not interested in these kind of business transactions. Why? Because they're all from the platform of selfish ignorance. The living entity, being ignorant of his actual nature, thinks the temporary things of this world as permanent and goes to God to that to adjust his situation so that he can get his temporary benefits, not knowing that at the time of death everything is gone. So, anyways, that story that I just related, it gives an understanding of how important it is to understand who we actually are, what's the load that we are carrying. And this is all developed in the association of devotees by reading these books. And the nectar that Krishna is speaking about is experienced by taking up to the process of Krishna consciousness, which begins with the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. But then there is also the books, the knowledge that helps us stay out of becoming too enamored by our feelings. Feelings are there. It's not that the embodied souls who we are don't have feelings, but we can't let those feelings cheat us. We're not expected to become stoic, emotionless people. No. But we have to have the feelings of liberation, which is the nectar that Krishna is speaking about. And in order to experience that better, along with chanting Hare Krishna, we take up the lifestyle of Krishna consciousness. And this is important to understand, and that affects every single aspect of our life. One who's serious can inquire this amongst devotees. You can ask, how can I make more progress? We need to be making progress. We have to be making progress. So, otherwise, how can you experience nectar? It becomes stagnant. So, we don't want to be stagnant. Even in spiritual life, there is no stagnancy. We have to keep moving forward. So, and the progress is unlimited, and the nectar that is to be experienced is also unlimited. So, I'll stop here. If there are any questions or comments, please feel free to ask. Yes, please.
I was raised Catholic, and so they talk about man and woman should be together, right? But if it's the soul, how does Krishna view that?
View man and woman being together? I'm sorry.
Yes. So because you guys can get married, right?
If you want to get married, you can. Yes.
Yes. So my question is, I guess, in the book anywhere does it talk about? Because I think a big difference is the soul in this aspect versus Catholicism. They do do talk about soul, but it's just very different. So does it talk about marriage, and what does that look like?
Oh, very much. I mean, marriage is one of the purificatory rites that are found in Vedic culture for those who are not able to live entire lives of celibacy, which is very, very few can do that. Even in Catholicism, you have monks and nuns who are celibate. For most, they get married, and then that married life is a life of responsibility, it's a life of commitment, centered around Krishna, God, not a life of adultery, not a life of promiscuity. Krishna actually refers to that in the Bhagavad Gita. He says, Dharma viruddha bhuteshu kamosmi bharata rishabha. What's the verse? I'm bad with numbers, so let's find out. Dharma viruddho. Um, 7:11. Okay. Balam balavatam jaham kamaraga vivarjitam dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshabha. I am the strength of the strong, devoid of passion and desire. I am sex life which is not contrary to religious principles. O Lord of the Bharatas, Arjuna. So Krishna literally says that sex life, which means marriage life, not against the religious principles, which means if sex life is not done within marriage, it's called adultery. And
So really my follow-up question to that is, if a soul is a soul, it does not know, black, white, male, female. So in marriage, Krishna, what is it, just two souls, and it doesn't matter what that body?
no, it matters because as I explained in the class, we have the soul, but the soul is entrapped within a body, and it is important to understand the body too. And certain bodies have certain functions, whereas other types of bodies don't have those kind of functions. So marriage in Vedic culture is between a male and a female only, and not otherwise. It's not considered otherwise as marriage, because marriage means sex life, and sex life results in progeny, children. And this is all part of Krishna's scheme in the material world. It's literally there in the entire animal kingdom. And understanding these things are important, because those who get hung up with this, no, how could it be this? Why? It's because, again, they're getting hung up in the temporary. Because even that is temporary. We're actually meant to transcend all of this. But to get hung up and try to force, because material nature is the way it is. The spirit soul isn't meant to be in matter, but he is right now. And the goal of Bhagavad Gita is for us to transcend matter. But if we become hung up in the temporary, because we don't like the way the temporary is and we want to change it, bend it, etc., we only result in creating more misery in the world.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else? Yes.
I just want to have some understanding of sense gratification and temporary. These things are in the world and out of the world. Both of these things.
What do you mean in the world and
Like
out of the
as in,
world?
like, Krishna consciousness is you want to give gratification to Krishna, correct?
Krishna senses, correct.
So only to Krishna's senses. What makes Krishna's senses more important than my senses? If I'm living in love in Krishna, why does it matter? Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah. So
what is the difference between mine and his? If mine is good,
it's so. What is good or bad is determined by what results in happiness and what results in misery. Something results in everlasting happiness, it's good. If something results in temporary happiness or misery, it's not good. Now, our senses are derived from Krishna's senses. We have senses because Krishna hasn't. We are his parts and parcels. Ultimately, everything is created by God, Krishna. God is he who has not been created but is the source of everything else. This is the definition of God. People say, oh, who created God? Well, you don't understand English because there's a dictionary definition. This is a definition. It's a particular position. So, Krishna's senses is our senses are parts and parcels of Krishna's senses. And our senses become happy and satisfied when we satisfy Krishna's senses. So it's not that when we give happiness to Krishna's senses, when we gratify Krishna's senses, our senses are not gratified. That's not true. We also become happy by gratifying Krishna's senses. But when the conditioned living entity doesn't realize that, and he tries to separately gratify his senses, he meets with temporary happiness. And Krishna doesn't like temporary happiness. Neither do we like it, but we have forgotten that we don't like that. And therefore we keep changing our position in the material world. When we come to the point that when we gratify Krishna's senses, we achieve everlasting happiness. Because our senses become spiritualized like Krishna's senses. And in that condition, we experience tremendous happiness. Actually, the experience that one has when one is completely in love with Krishna, this is the stage of Krishna. When we say that one is in love with Krishna, then actually one will not do anything that is displeasing to Krishna. Because one's desires have become one with the beloved. That is love. That love means not that love cannot exist unless there are two entities. There has to be reciprocity. If everything is one, then there is no exchange of any feelings or emotions. Then there cannot be love. Love means exchange. But that exchange is such that in essence the desires are non-different. And that exchange becomes an exchange of intimacy, great intimacy, to the extent that it feels like they are one, but there is an exchange because they're actually two personalities. So us and Krishna never become one, but loving Krishna means that our desires and Krishna's desires are one. Then me gratifying my senses and gratifying Krishna's senses are not two separate things. They are one thing. Because the devotee does not find pleasure in anything that doesn't give pleasure to Krishna. But because Krishna is unlimited, there are unlimited ways in which his senses can be gratified and unlimited ways in which service can be rendered. And in that unlimited variegatedness lies unlimited transcendental pleasure.
So you're telling me that, so if I am living in Krishna, in God, everything that I do is considered to be something that is good or innately good in Krishna's eyes.
If one is fully Krishna conscious and one is in love of Godhead, and what is this quality of being love of Godhead? Love of Godhead means one has no desires separate than that of Krishna. One knows Krishna. First, one has to know who Krishna is. You have to have very good understanding of who Krishna is. And for that, one needs to be well versed in Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna explains who he is. Then one can love Krishna. And when one loves Krishna, then one doesn't love anything that is perceived as being separate from Krishna. That's illusion. Nothing is actually separate from Krishna, but one has to understand Krishna's relationship with everything. If one doesn't understand Krishna's relationship with everything, or doesn't have a proper understanding of that relationship, then one is still in illusion. Then one may have desires that are separate, that are called material desires. So if one is in love with Krishna, then one does not have desires separate to that of Krishna's. But we have to understand that we are parts and parcels. Krishna is not part of us. We are part of Krishna. Therefore, it is our duty to verify our desires according to Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam and see if we are actually in love with Krishna, because there are symptoms of one who is in love with Krishna. When one attains those qualifications, yes, the answer to your question is yes. One who is in love with Krishna does not have any desire separate to that of Krishna's, and therefore cannot do anything that is displeasing to Krishna.
And one more thing before, what you said that everything here is temporary. What is the difference in gratifying things of Krishna that are temporary? Because everything is temporary. This building is temporary. Books are temporary. So explain that to me, because when I look at the world and you say that we're living in a world that's temporary and we shouldn't. Do you understand what I mean? I'm trying to.
Okay, I'll explain. So, when the temporary is engaged in the service of the permanent, then the benefits or the fruits that arise out of such a labor is not temporary, it's permanent. It is spiritual. So the building becomes spiritual. See, what is matter and what is spirit? Actually, there is no matter, everything is spirit. But the reason why there is matter and spirit, and why this is explained in Bhagavad Gita, is because that which is matter causes forgetfulness of Krishna. But when the same matter is engaged in Krishna's service, it doesn't cause forgetfulness of him, it causes remembrance of him. Yes, this building is there. Yes, these books are there. But these books and this building takes us closer to Krishna. It takes us towards self-realization. Whereas when the same matter, when the same building becomes a brothel, then what happens is, it takes us away and it bewilders us in things that are transient of this world, without realizing that actually we're in this world. We have to engage things in Krishna's service, and that's where real happiness is. But we become bewildered, we become selfish, we gain an exploitative mentality. But in this building or these books, they rid us of an exploitative mentality. They rid us of selfishness. They help us develop a selfless attitude. But when you create a building which is created for the purpose of selfish activities, then that is material. That causes bondage, that causes misery.
So if you're doing it in a way that is not innately of God, it is considered over here as opposed to something that is good.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, all right, that'll be the last question.
Is there like a list or something like that one follows to be more Krishna conscious?
Yeah, there's a book called The Beginner's Guide to Krishna Consciousness. Mataji's can give that, and they can explain to you more. But there's a book specifically about this, how you go through it. Okay. All right, so we will now do a little meditation. We'll chant one full round of the Hare Krishna mantra, like we've been doing often. So you have beads given to you. We'll meditate now. It's going to take about 10 minutes. This is the head bead. We start from the head bead and we chant one full mantra. This entire mantra here that contains 16 words. So we chant the entire mantra on these beads, per bead. So one bead, full mantra. And then you pull and you go on to the next bead, and we do one full round. This is called one round. So it's called, and you end with the bead, here. So the bead that has hairstyle is the first bead, and then you begin with the bead right after that. And then you go all the way around. It's 108 times. So we'll begin chanting now. Okay. Before we chant, Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Okay, at the count of 3, 2, 1, together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Next beat. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Last one. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you very much. So, we have some announcements. So, we have this Sunday program every Sunday, same time, 2 to 4, every week. And you all are welcome. Please bring your family, friends, enemies. And also, we have morning programs every day where we discuss the philosophy of Krishna consciousness even further in depth. You're also welcome to come for that. There's morning programs every day from Monday to Friday, beginning at 4:30 in the morning if you're fired up. If you're really fired up, if you're 4:30, if you're fired up, 7:30. So 7:30 a.m. We have Bhagavatam class, we discuss, and then followed by breakfast. Tuesday is special if you can come. Tuesday mornings, if you can come and you will RSVP, we'll make something special for breakfast. And you can attend the Bhagavatam class and have something nice for breakfast. So try to come Tuesday mornings. You'll like it. And also this week on Friday we have a special guest. Her Grace Palini Mataji. She's been practicing Krishna consciousness since 1971, I think. 1971 or 1972. She's a disciple of Srila Prabhupada, the author of these books. And she's from a Catholic background. She just released a video where she speaks about how she came to Krishna consciousness. So you can watch that. It's a really nice, short, maybe like 20 minute video. You can show it to her. You'll like it. It's very interesting how she came to Krishna consciousness. So we'll be fortunate to have her in our association amongst us on Sunday also. Next Sunday she'll be here. Okay, for those who would like information, we'd like all of you to get that about temple programs, updates, festivals, things like that. Please give your contact information to Bhakta Mason. You can raise your hand. So Bhakta Mason, please give your contact information to him or to Bhakta Suresh. Sorry, Suresh Prabhu. I did Bhakta Suresh. Suresh Prabhu. So you can give information both in terms of your email address, and also if you can install GroupMe in your phone, then you can get messages too, updates, things like that. And last but not the least, there are books. If you don't have the Srimad Bhagavatam. It's a set, 18 volume set. We should probably display it here from next week. Please get it, and our devotees will be able to facilitate that. And with that, we'll have a little kirtan right now, just 5-10 minute kirtan. Oh yeah, Gaur Purnima. See, so the when is it? It's March 13. So March 13, our next major festival is March 13, Thursday. March 13, 5 p.m. We have a program here. It's called Gaura Purnima. It's the appearance of Krishna in the form of Lord Chaitanya, the most merciful incarnation who inaugurated this Krishna consciousness movement 500 years ago. And his appearance day, so it's an evening program, 5 p.m. and ending with a really nice feast. And there'll be lots of chanting, dancing, feasting. So please come for that celebration. And bring everybody you know. And everybody you don't know. Okay, so let's chant Hare Krishna enthusiastically now. And after that, there'll be prasadam. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Everybody can kindly head downstairs and take your song.
Raymond, so good to meet you. Hey, man. I'm so glad you didn't fall off the face of the earth.
Did you want breakdown in the budget?